why don't you give me a rundown of your when you started getting treatment with orthodontics? When was that?
I was in about third grade. I got my first braces. I've had 2 rounds of braces. I've had several splints. I've seen chiropractors,
Since you were in third grade.
neurologists. Yeah,
Okay,
seen every doctor really.
gotcha. And you come out of braces in middle school, I would imagine.
Yeah, and then I had it again in high school.
Okay. Did you have any symptoms with your jaw joint or anything like that at that time?
Yeah.
Had any locked jaw experience?
Not locked jaw, just pain in my jaw, and I used to get a lot of headaches
Gotcha.
as well.
And could you tell me a little bit about your sports performance? Did you engage in any sports, or if you did, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, the one sport I did do was swimming,
Uh-huh.
but honestly, it was pretty difficult for me to do a lot of forms of exercise because it would cause me pain.
Gotcha. So, pain was it? Where did you feel the pain at the time?
In my back,
Low back. Okay.
yeah.
How about jaw joint?
That wouldn't really be caused by exercise, but I would have general pain in my jaw, yeah.
And then later on again, you went. So you had 2 rounds of braces.
hmm
And when did you go through treatment again with any orthotics or any?
I don't remember the specific year, but I've had probably 4 or 5 different splints from different doctors since then.
And you had a DNA appliance made about 3 years ago.
The Vivos one? Yeah, probably 2 or 3 years
And how
ago.
long did you wear that device?
Mm, Probably like 4 or 5 months, I think.
4 or 5 months. And what were your symptoms at the time that prompted you to go and see somebody to get that?
My jaw pain and headaches and neck pain were getting worse
But
than
you
they
did
were.
not have any sleep issues that you were aware of. You did not see.
I've always had trouble sleeping, so yeah.
So you feel like you're not able to go to sleep, or you are not able to stay asleep.
Um, I used to not be able to like stay asleep or fall asleep. Now it just feels like it's either not very deep or no matter how much I sleep, I feel tired all the time.
And did you go to get the Vivos appliance because you had a sleep issue or because you had jaw issue?
Sleep actually.
Okay. And that's what you needed a sleep test at the time, I would imagine. And then 6 months later, you were not getting better and you stopped yourself, or what was the conversation then?
That doctor wanted me to see a different doctor,
Okay.
and he put me in a new splint. So
A new splint in
Yeah.
your lower or upper jaw?
it's my lower.
Okay. And how long did you have that?
About a year.
Okay. And did your symptoms resolve with that? Did you get any better?
It started feeling a little better at the beginning, but then it started getting worse.
Gotcha. And how did that treatment end for you?
Not very well. I had to take the appliance out myself because I wasn't feeling heard by the doctor, and I was left a lot worse afterwards.
Gotcha. You had jaw pain, you had neck pain, or was it still low back issue?
Um, Mostly on my jaw,
Gotcha.
and pelvic pain as well.
And then, and this is 2020 or 2021?
Um, I think 2021. Yes.
And then I'm guessing somewhere in the end of 2021, you had no appliance, you still had pain, and then you went back to the Google, I'm guessing, looking
Yes,
for more
I
doctors.
went to an oral surgeon,
Uh-huh.
and he recommended I go through like the whole surgery process, getting a jaw joint replacement, braces, all that. That wasn't really what I was interested in, but I went to an orthodontist. He gave me another splint, which has just kind of been
Do you
keeping
remember the
me.
name of the orthodontist?
CU Dental School of Medicine
gotcha.
in
Okay.
Aurora.
Gotcha.
And yeah, that was just kind of a
So you have
placeholder.
so many splints. If you
Yeah.
had to count, did you have how many splints between 5 to 10?
Probably like 5 or 6 at least, yeah.
And each one of them 6 to a year at the minimum, not yielding results. And
Yeah.
you're constantly having low back pain. And then, did you communicate that with the dentist that you have low back pain?
No, I don't think it was really brought up,
You
honestly.
didn't? Okay.
No.
And then somehow you ended up with Dr. Sharon.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. How did you find her?
I found her online because I was trying to find an alternative to surgery and orthodontics. So,
Gotcha. And then you've been in Margot since January.
yeah.
And she decided that, and then your new symptoms, and this is really what I want to hone down, is what your symptoms are right now. And you've been in Margot for about a month. You said some of the symptoms have resolved around the jaw joints.
Yeah, I would say I'm more comfortable than without it for sure. Like even just a few minutes without this in, I'm like really uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm still clenching a lot. It's hard for my jaw to relax. I have like this kind of numbness, like fuzzy pressure feeling going through this side in my ear. And yeah, this has made it a lot better, but it's very difficult for my mouth to find a
Have you been
position.
able to sleep better?
Not really that I've noticed, no.
And you've not been, the last 2 years you haven't worked with a chiropractor, or do you go for adjustments?
I was seeing one about a year ago, yeah.
And how often would you go?
Every week, a few times a week.
And was it making a difference?
No.
How about physical therapists?
I've gone to dozens of PT chiropractors, like
Dozens.
gone to a lot of people, yeah.
Have you done anything about myofunctional therapy, oral myofunctional therapy, anything like that? Has anyone looked at
No.
Gotcha. And so if you were to classify your symptoms, I'm going to ask and give you categories and tell me what you feel. As far as your general health, do you think you feel healthy between 1 to 10? Which one would you give it a number?
Like 10 being the healthiest. Like a 5 at the moment.
Do you think, are you able to exercise?
I do things like yoga and dance have been what I've found that work for my body right now.
Still can do that? Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to be more active?
Yeah.
And for your sleep between 0 to 10, 0 not being able to sleep at all, and 10 sleeping fine. How well?
Say a 6.
Okay. And how about your general health as far as your hormones? Do you think low energy, temperature sensitivity?
Very low energy. Feel like within the last 2 years, like I'm very sensitive to everything I eat. My digestion isn't working. Yeah, I am having some hormonal imbalances that I just got tested for as well.
That's with the functional medicine doctor. Got it.
Yeah.
And also about the overall state of well-being. Do you classify yourself as able to engage with life, excited to get up in the morning, setting goals, or would you say that I put a lot of things in it? How do you define your life right now? I have
Yeah.
goals, I'm gonna go get them. As young as you are, how do you classify that?
Well, I feel like I have a lot of goals and I put a ton of time into my self-care and my health.
Yeah.
But I feel like I feel horrible all the time and like my body isn't catching up with who I am as a person.
Gotcha. So you think that you want to put your best foot forward, but sometimes, I'm sorry, did I make you cry?
It's okay.
We're gonna, well, that's part of the emotions, and your body is telling me. I think this is where I feel like your self being, your higher self wants your body to feel better, so you can. Okay, let's pause this.
Sorry.